Good evening, Canso. How you doing? You know, what a treat it is to be here at Stanfest with you all, especially on this rebirth of one of the premier festivals that Canada has to offer. Thank you so much for inviting the Men of the Deeps here with you tonight. My name is Stephen Muse, and I'm conductor of these good-looking fellas you see behind me here. If you can believe it, the Men of the Deeps have been together for 56 years and going. And you know, we got a lot of long-term members in this choir. Gordon Sheriff over there, wave, Gordy. Gordy's been with this choir 54 of those 56 years. You know, it's the only choir in the world where the second requirement is you have to be able to sing. The first requirement, of course, is you have to have worked in and around the coal mines for at least 2 years. So each and every one of these guys are very proud to be wearing those helmets and those coveralls, I'll tell you that. So I'd like to introduce you to another long-term member here. This guy, Mickey McIntyre from the town of Watford. Come down here, Mickey. Tell you something about this fella. When Mickey joined the choir, he was only 25 years old. He was the baby of the choir. He was only about that tall when he joined. Here we are about 35 years later, and guess what? Mickey's still the baby of the choir. Ladies and gentlemen, Mickey McIntyre and the Men of the Deeps.
It's 6:15 in the morning. Seems like I've just closed my eyes. Morning comes quick on these weary old bones. I see the sun starting to rise. Fire must have went out. The house is so cold. The north wall is calling. So I'll have to go down and haul in the timber, set up the jacks, make one more trip down those coal-covered tracks. Like all those before me, their souls rest in peace. I pray they watch o'er me, the men of the deep. On the coal stove, the tea is a-brewing to shake off this coal from my bones. Thinking about things I'd rather be doing than working to pay past due loans. Working in darkness 1,000 feet under, where the big miner cut the coal falls like thunder. I haul in the timber, set up the jacks, make one more trip down those coal-covered tracks. Like all those before me, their souls rest in peace. I pray they watch o'er me, the men of the deep. Now I haul in the timber, set up the jacks, make one more trip down those coal-covered tracks. Like all those before me, their souls rest in peace. I pray they watch o'er me, the men of the deep. Like my daddy before me, may his soul rest in peace. I pray he'll watch o'er me, the men of the deep.
Before me, their souls rest in peace. I pray they watch o'er me, the men of the
Mickey McIntyre. A great tune that we got from Bruce Guthrow. Thank you for that, Bruce. Let's go down in the coal mines, folks. 2, 3,
Working at the coal face underneath the ground. Working in the dark, boys making not a sound. Just the ringing of the pick as it beats against the wall. And it's all shifts together, boys. We're colliers all. Working at the coal face underneath the ground. Working in the dark, boys making not a sound. Just the ringing of the pick as it beats against the wall. And it's all shifts together, boys. We're colliers all.
I used to work out on the land, a-wagoning with my team. I used to breathe the country air out in the field so green. But the farmer said the crop was bad, I should have to go. There's only one job left for me, that's working down below.
Working at the coal face underneath the ground. Working in the dark, boys making not a sound. Just the ringing of the pick as it beats against the wall. And it's all shifts together, boys. We're colliers all.
Dark when I go to work and dark again at night. On Sundays and in summertime is when I see the light. On Sundays and in summertime I hear the small birds sing. But when you're 2 miles underground you never hear a thing.
Working at the coal face underneath the ground. Working in the dark, boys making not a sound. Just the ringing of the pick as it beats against the wall. And it's all shifts together, boys. We're colliers all.
My wife, she is a miracle at dealing out the bread. She's worthy for a better place to lay down her head. She's praying for the day when I can say goodbye to that coal face down underground, work beneath the sky.
Working at the coal face underneath the ground. Working in the dark, boys making not a sound. Just the ringing of the pick as it beats against the wall. And it's all shifts together, boys. We're colliers all. Working at the coal face underneath the ground. Working in the dark, boys making not a sound. Just the ringing of the pick as it beats against the wall. And it's all shifts together, boys. We're colliers all.
Yeah. Well, that was Working at the Coalface, a tune that we picked up from England and featured 3 more of our soloists. Our first verse was our guitar player over here, Kevin Steger. Thanks, Kevin. Second verse was Gary Mahowski over there. Have a wave, Gary. And Matt Hawley sang the third verse. Those fellas are all from the town of New Waterford, those boys, yeah. We'll get another New Waterford boy down to lead us in this one, Nipper McLeod. Come on down here, Nipper. This is also a tune that we picked up from overseas England. That's the nice thing about these folk festivals. You share story and song, and it's such a beautiful tradition, and I'm so glad that we here on the east coast of Canada keep that tradition alive with folk music. Nipper's brother John found this tune for us. And Nipper's going to sing it for us. This is one of the tunes that's going to be on our brand new released CD collaboration that's coming out in September. We're very excited about it. It's titled After the Pit. And Nipper's going to sing this one for you. It's called These Coal Town Days.
There'll be tears in the eyes of the weak, and in the eyes of the most strong-hearted. Tears in the eyes of the miners and wives when these coal town days are done. And there'll be tears in the eyes of the weak, and in the eyes of the most strong-hearted. Tears in the eyes of the miners and wives when these coal town days are done. And it's towered above this town since the century first started. But the towers will be all torn down, and a whole way of life hauled away. And there'll be tears in the eyes of the weak, and in the eyes of the most strong-hearted. Tears in the eyes of the miners and wives when these cold town days are done. Men have worked it in fear and rage, and they cursed it to hell in its darkness, but they'll walk from the last shift's cage, and they'll curse what the future's to bring. And there'll be tears in the eyes of the weak, and in the eyes of the most strong-hearted. Tears in the eyes of the miners and wives when these cold town days are done. And the fight between the mine and the men, and the lives and the blood that it cost us, it was never to be lost or won, because the powers that be rule the day. And there'll be tears in the eyes of the weak, and in the eyes of the most strong-hearted. Tears in the eyes of the miners and wives when these cold town days are done. And there'll be tears in the eyes of the weak, and in the eyes of the most strong-hearted. Tears in the eyes of the miners and wives when these cold town days are done.
When these cold town days are done. Mush-a-doo-doo-wee-ah, singing fa-la-doo-wee-ah-dee. Mush-a-doo-doo-wee-ah, singing fa-la-doo-wee-ah. Mush-a-doo-doo-wee-ah, singing fa-la-doo-wee-ah-dee. Mush-a-doo-doo-wee-ah, singing fa-la-doo-wee-ah.
In 1720 they sailed to CB in search for coal, that outcrop by the sea. And they settled the land round Morean Bay. Was here coal mining started, they say.
Mush-a-doo-doo-wee-ah, singing fa-la-doo-wee-ah-dee. Mush-a-doo-doo-wee-ah, singing fa-la-doo-wee-ah. Mush-a-doo-doo-wee-ah, singing fa-la-doo-wee-ah-dee. Mush-a-doo-doo-wee-ah, singing fa-la-doo-wee-ah.
The immigrants came from far and wide to work in the coal mine side by side. Mates became buddies and brothers to be down in the deeps of old CB.
Mush-a-doo-doo-wee-ah, singing fa-la-doo-wee-ah-dee. Mush-a-doo-doo-wee-ah, singing fa-la-doo-wee-ah. Mush-a-doo-doo-wee-ah, singing fa-la-doo-wee-ah-dee. Mush-a-doo-doo-wee-ah, singing fa-la-doo-wee-ah.
When the mine shut down at Morean Bay, they packed up and left to work in Glaze Bay. Many mines did they open in